Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about how you get sick and what to do when you get sick. You know, everybody thinks, well, it's normal to just get sick. Of course, it's normal process of getting sick to strengthen your immune system and build antibodies, but it's not normal to get sick all the time. And certainly you can control not only feeling a little low, but coming back from being sick, or I don't want to even call it being sick, but being a little under the weather, maybe within 10 hours, 24 hours, you should be perfectly fine and just go about your day and maybe feel a little bit low. But as the older you get, the actual thing is you build more antibodies and the less likely you'll get sick. I can't even remember, I guess in the last 25 years, I don't think I've ever missed a day of work or ever been sick. So I'm sure I've felt a little off here and there, but then I'm able to take different things, which I'm going to tell you right now. How about that? First of all, how do we get sick? Well, most people get sick after they drink alcohol, or they go on vacation, they party, and they drink, they get dehydrated. So it's the dehydration at the cellular level. It's the inability for the cell to have permeability. It doesn't allow to take in the intake of minerals. So it's all about mineral densities of the cell and having the proper balance of water and hydration at the cellular level, and making sure that you're alkaline at base. And like I said before, you're going to get a lot of that information if you want to get into it a little more. But let's just talk about it real quick. There's some people that get sick all the time if they're around anybody that, you know, has a flu or a virus or the swine flu, the bird flu, you know, this week's flu. It really doesn't matter. And why do some people get it and other people don't? Well, there's a couple of different principles. One of them is that you buy into the proposition that you're going to get sick, because you always get sick and everybody always has these different issues, and it's part of your issue now. So that comes from the 6 underlying causes of all disease, and we talk about it. It's the mental or mind aspect of believing that you're going to get sick. If nobody told you you were going to get sick, or that you had the flu around, you probably wouldn't have even known about it or get sick in the first place. So it's the power of suggestion is very, very strong. If you buy into it, you get sick. So the other thing is that you will get sick if you drink alcohol and you're dehydrated and you don't remineralize. So that's of the utmost importance. So what I recommend, if you are going to drink, because the majority of the population certainly drinks, or they don't actually remineralize throughout the day anyway. They might drink tons of water, but they don't have minerals in the water. So what that does is it actually flushes out the minerals. So number one, you want to make sure that you put minerals in every time you drink water. Very, very important to have minerals in your water. And usually I use Trace Mineral Research or any good trace mineral, and use 1 drop per ounce or 1 drop every 2 ounces. Number two, if you're going to be working out, you want to make sure that you have the full spectrum of electrolytes. We'll be talking about the right type of electrolytes that you can utilize. We use Electrolyte Stamina by Trace Mineral Research. It seems to work really well, and it's about 50 cents a packet, very inexpensive. Instead of spending $3 or $2.50 or more at a gas station or at a food mart and buying Gatorade, which actually has too much sugar in it and will dehydrate you once again and prevent you from losing fat in many cases, and we'll talk about that in subsequent videos. So number one is make sure you mineralize with your water. Number two is make sure you have electrolytes before you wake up, before you work out. Well, wake up, maybe I need to wake up. Number three, you're going to want to make sure that you don't drink too much water at one time. What does that mean? Well, technically, biochemically, the body can only handle about 4 ounces every 30 minutes. And you're going, geez, you know, how am I going to do that? I just guzzle a whole 8-ounce or 16-ounce jug of water, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do. So there's no catching up, unfortunately, and it's certainly no catching up without any minerals. So the other thing is, number 5, would be when you eat your food. When you eat your food and you hydrate while you're trying to hydrate, while you're actually trying to digest food, the reverse happens. You actually don't take enough nutrients to support the cell. The cell ill responds and it doesn't allow for you to hydrate. And remember, the majority of the hydration comes into the colon. If within the colon the body's trying to digest these big chunks of protein and undigested food, it's certainly not going to hydrate very well either. So you have to chew your food really, really well, or masticate it. And then after you chew your food, you don't dilute your stomach acids and your acids to break down the foods for at least 1 hour after you eat. You do not drink water or any kind of liquid at all. And that's tough for a lot of people to fathom. But I'm just telling you, it's a big, big secret that I tell all my clients for the last 25 years. And you'll lose usually half your body fat just by doing that. And people are like, you're kidding me. No, it's all about muscle, it's muscle sparing and not fat burning. It's everything that you possibly can do to spare muscle. So that's why you get sick, because the body, if you don't eat, let's say breakfast in the morning is a big one, because you just spent 8-12 hours or from the night before of not not eating, and the body wakes up and it's ready for food, and you don't feed it. In fact, you give it maybe some coffee or some stimulant, and the body's just freaking out, going, listen, I need something. I'm certainly not going to eat fat, because that's not going to give me any energy, and actually I'm dying. So what I'm going to do is actually utilize the lean muscle as a fuel source. So the reverse happens. So you actually utilize lean muscle, which is a protein, and that protein, the fundamental function of a protein, unfortunately, is it makes your body acidic. So your body is going to be acidic and storing fat to actually try to save your life. So that's behind sumo wrestlers, as a matter of fact. A sumo wrestler only eats once, maybe twice a day. So, and make sure a sumo wrestler doesn't eat any breakfast. Maybe it'll have a huge lunch and a huge dinner, or miss lunch to really put on the fat quickly and eat a huge dinner and then go to bed. You're guaranteed to look like a sumo wrestler, and the average lifespan of a sumo wrestler is about 30 years old. So I don't know if that's really a good idea for you to do. So that's how you get sick. And hopefully that sets up some cornerstones. Now, one last thing I want to mention, magnesium is one of the most important minerals, and potassium certainly, that comes from vegetables. You don't get it in meat, you don't get it in fast foods, unfortunately, to the amounts and to the bioavailability that we need to actually balance the mineral densities of the cell. So it's all about mineral densities of the cell. Eat as much dark green leafy vegetables as you possibly can, and get some of those fresh juices with the minerals in it. Always go back to nature. We learn from other species in nature. Always go back to nature. So have your vegetables and have your fruits, and make life easy for you. I have a saying, get the biggest result in the shortest period of time with the least amount of effort. This is how you do it. The next video, I'm going to tell you actually what do you do when you get sick. So this video was how do you get sick, and the next one will be what do you do when you get sick. So have a great day, and make sure you mineralize, electrolytes, take plenty of dark green leafy vegetables, make sure you chew your food really well, don't drink water for an hour after you eat, and only 4 ounces every 30 minutes that you can actually uptake. Have a great day.